Buy yourself time, stay at home, remove yourself from any risk of spreading this thing further. It's not necessarily to protect us. I'm 35 years old, I'm relatively young, fit and healthy, but we don't want to take any nasty stuff back into the older members of our community. March 26th, Thursday, day 3 of... I think it's day 3. Day 3 of social distancing. For me personally, it's day 2 of not being in work. We had to make the tough decision of shutting down our business temporarily because we do childcare. Most of the children that we do care for are either being taken care of in school or they're staying at home because their parents are working from home. I'll admit it's been quite nice to have like a forced holiday. We've worked really, really hard over the last few years and we were due a break. I would just wish that rather than being forced into it, but then again, the decision's been sort of taken out of our hands, so I don't feel like we're letting people down. We're trying to protect ourselves and our staff and the people that use our service. Anyway, I didn't mean to talk about that. Basically, I'm just updating whoever watches these videos on the current situation of where I currently live. Essentially, I'm spending my days doing the same thing, just on loop at the moment. We take the dog down to Porthkerry to get his daily walk. So normally we'd go up that way, but the council have sent out a notice to say that all the footpaths leading down to Porthkerry are closed off. That's a shame. We'll put them back for you. That's alright. Is that okay? Yeah. No problem. You're only allowed one good deed as well as one walk a day. I potter around the house and I try and get stuff tidied and cleared away and do anything that needs doing that I haven't got round to doing over the past couple of months. And that's about it really. And try not to eat junk food and try and get some exercise in. So I think it was a couple of days ago that the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced that the UK would be in some sort of lockdown. He urged people to stay at home. I think there's government powers to say that police can break up groups of any more than 2 people who are out in public. You're not supposed to be going out of the house unless you're with family members. Not family members, people who live in the same household as you. So because Sean and I live together, Sean's still in work, but when she's not in work, we're spending all of our time together and we only go out of the house because we live in the same household. I haven't seen my parents properly in days. I haven't seen my brother, my sister. It's tricky. It is tough, but one thing that Boris Johnson did say in that speech, which I think it struck me as something very important, is the time that you're buying by staying home is incredibly important. We're still seeing news reports of people who are out en masse at beaches and public parks. People are still going out in large groups and spending time socially together. It's incredibly important at the moment, at least I think it is, to stay at home, stay away from social gatherings. You're buying yourself time by not putting yourself at risk. We're potentially going to be overloading the NHS with patients who either have coronavirus or COVID-19 symptoms who need assistance, which will then also put pressure on the people that have pre-existing conditions. And by staying home and not risking the spread of this illness, we're buying ourselves time so that the NHS can catch up with what's going on. All the doctors and nurses who are selflessly out there trying to help everybody else, we need to slow down the spread of this disease so that they can begin to fathom what's going on and start coping with things better. Buy yourself time, stay at home. It is tedious, I understand, and I am extremely fortunate to live where I live. We've got a nice garden, we've got outdoor space. Fortunately, the sun has decided to just shine just in time for everybody to stay at home. The sun has decided to come out and the weather's been incredibly nice. It's strange. It's actually, I think it's making the world a nicer place to be in. Saying the world, I should probably rephrase that. At least the town that I'm in, I've seen way more people out walking than normal, which I guess goes against the government guidance, but they are keeping their distance from each other. There aren't big groups of people out all at the same time, and everybody's become a hell of a lot more polite. So walking past people yesterday when Sean and I were on our way down to the park with the dog, not just for a jolly. Everybody we passed, we kept our distance, and everybody said good morning, and that's not something you normally get. So I think it's making people a little bit more cautious. It's making people appreciate things maybe a bit more. And the environment just seems a lot nicer. The roads are quieter. Even though this road's never really that busy, it does feel quieter, doesn't it? But there's a sense of like stillness. The birds are singing, the streams are flowing, everything seems to be just a little bit more pleasant. And I understand that's a strange thing to say because we're in the middle of this big global threat to the health of everyone on Earth. But yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting thing. So yeah, that's it for today really. Daily update, just chilling. I hope you're well. I hope you're all staying safe. Please feel free to leave any comments underneath this with whatever's going on where you're living. Let's get some engagement going. The past couple of videos I've uploaded as well, I've done those for maybe other people's benefit. I went down to the woods and I just recorded a little segment of the natural sounds so that if anybody is stuck at home and can't get out, specifically people who maybe live in a city or less rural or less suburban than I live, just an hour long of nature sounds for relaxation. Right, have a great day. We'll speak inevitably tomorrow because I've got nothing else to do. But take care, everybody. And where have you been? Don't hurt yourself. You said it with real confidence, so don't let me down now. Well, it doesn't make a good video, but well done, you did it. No, we want something we can get onto Fail Army, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping you will. Well done. Oh, you did it. Congrats.